Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Today we honor and remember the men and women who gave their lives for our country. Here at WACH Fox, we want to remember their names by telling their stories. Joining us now is Marty Martinez, retired Lieutenant Colonel of the U.S. Army. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it so much, and thank you for your service as well and for what you've done for our country. There are a number of events that's going to take place today. Many people out there remembering the fallen. How do you honor the legacy and the memory of those who have gone before?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'd say a lot of people say it should be just a somber event. I have a different take. I think you should celebrate. I think you can do both, because our brothers and sisters that didn't make it home, they would be with us at the barbecue, having fun with the kids and watching that. Right? They gave up 1,000 tomorrows so that we could live free today. And there's a way for us just to live in the moment, be where your feet are, and cherish that, and still pay homage and remember them.
I like that perspective. Like you said, if they were still here, they would be at the barbecue, they would be at graduations, they would be at homes.
Exactly.
Is that some of the things that kind of helped you? I know that you were on the front lines yourself.
Yeah.
Did that help you? Absolutely.
Once you appreciate the fragility of life, how, one, nobody gets out alive. Two, it can be gone in an instant. You have to live in the moment. You have to appreciate what you have. Say the I love you, say the I thank yous, hug your kids, hug your family, be there.
So we're honoring people today, and there are some names that we want to say, and there was a particular person that you would like to honor.
Yeah.
Tell us about this individual.
So, Master Sergeant George Andy Fernandez. We served together in 1st Ranger Battalion. We were privates together, cutting up goofballs. But Andy was different. Andy was always the guy you wanted to be around, that you could depend on. He was the friend that was there for everybody. And, wherever we were in the world, you could depend on him. And then I left Ranger Battalion to become an officer. Andy continued on to serve at the highest levels of special operations in the U.S. Army. And we ran into each other years later, and Fort Benning, and we were just laughing and cutting up, and he said, dude, let's grab a beer. And I said, no, I've got something to do. Something so inconsequential that I don't even remember what it was.
Was that the last time you heard from him?
That was the last time I heard from him.
Oh, wow.
And I got a phone call a couple of months later that Andy was gone, and he had been killed in action, April 2nd, 2003. And it was doing what Andy does. His team was pinned down. They were surrounded by enemy forces. He knew they weren't going to get out alive. So he jumped in the Humvee and drove into the fire, into the enemy. Everybody came home that day. Everybody but Andy.
Because of his actions?
Because of his actions.
What was it like telling his family?
Well, I didn't tell his family, but we share events with his family. We down at 1st Ranger Battalion in Savannah, we have an Andy Fernandez memorial that we do, and then our teams still get together, still in contact with, because he left behind his wife, Kathy Fernandez, and his son, who was 16 months at the time, Will Fernandez.
Oh, wow.
Will just graduated from University of Florida with his master's. His dad was a huge Gators fan. And so we still keep in contact with them, and we still continue the tradition, and it allows us all to stay together and support them.
There are some people who will be watching right now, and they're like, okay, I get it, but I don't get it.
Right.
What do you tell them, especially as a veteran, what this is like every day for you?
Yeah. Well, it is, again, you just, for days like today that are so heavy, you just got to breathe in, breathe out, let it go. And remember, a lot of times we spend so much time looking for happiness in the past or in the future, remembering them and looking what's next, and we forget to be where we are right now in the present. And that's what I would say is if remembering our brothers and sisters that we lost, or the ones that carried the battles home with them and lost here, just take a moment and pause and reflect and be thankful for the moments that we were blessed enough to share.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel of the U.S. Army, Marty Martinez, thank you so much for being here and sharing his story and keeping his name alive as well. Absolutely. Stay with us. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up after the break.